Alex Eala just made a statement at the Australian Open, and she wasn't alone. The Filipino tennis star arrived alongside Carlos Alcaraz and Jannik, casually hanging with two of the biggest names in tennis. Fans are going wild, and it's easy to see why. This isn't just a photo opportunity. It's a clear sign of how far Alex's career has come and who's taking notice of her rise. Could training with elite players like Alcaraz and Sinner catapult her into the top 30 rankings this year? Drop your predictions in the comments. Let's be real, showing up to a Grand Slam with Carlos Alcaraz and Jannik isn't something that happens by chance. It's proof that Alex has earned the respect of some of the sport's brightest stars. Their willingness to train, travel, and publicly associate with her speaks volumes. Her arrival in Melbourne sparked a storm on tennis social media, with fans flooding platforms with photos and videos of the trio. The big questions immediately followed. How did this partnership come about? When did Alex become close enough with Alcaraz and Sinner to make this happen? And most importantly, what does it mean for her career trajectory? For context, Alex trains at the Rafael Nadal Academy in Mallorca, where she's clearly sharpening her skills alongside some of the game's elite. That's not just any tennis facility. Alex Eala trains at one of the world's most prestigious academies, a place where champions are made and future stars are molded. Every corner of the courts, every session with the coaches, is designed to push athletes to the highest level. This is the environment where dedication meets opportunity, and Alex is clearly making the most of it.
First time I met Rafa, I was on the way to his academy. Oh my gosh, I was on the way to his academy because I was gonna try it out before we committed. I was just gonna try it out for a week, and then we ran into him in the airport, in the Madrid airport, and it's kind of embarrassing to say, we kind of ran after him. Like, not ran after, but we were fangirling, and then we told him, oh, we're going to your academy and stuff like that. I would think this is a place for someone to learn new things and someone to be exposed to professionalism in tennis, to learn how to be disciplined and to learn how to socialize as well.
This is where elite players go to sharpen their skills under world-class coaching. Carlos Alcaraz has deep connections to the academy through his Spanish tennis roots, while Jannik often trains at top-tier European facilities during his off-season preparation. The fact that Alex is now in the same training circles as these megastars says everything about how seriously the tennis world is taking her potential. You don't get invited to these sessions unless coaches and players truly believe you belong. You don't get to hit with Alcaraz, a multiple Grand Slam champion and former world #1, unless he thinks you can push him during training. Let's talk about where Alex is right now in her career, because the timing of this exposure could mark a turning point in her rise. Alex Eala's Australian Open appearance alongside Carlos Alcaraz and Jannik couldn't have come at a more perfect moment. She's just broken into the top 50 of the WTA rankings for the first time in her career, following an impressive run to the semi-finals at the ASB Classic in Auckland. This is a huge milestone for any player, but it's especially significant for someone from the Philippines, where tennis doesn't have the same infrastructure or support system as countries like the United States or Spain. Alex's rise has been nothing short of remarkable. Just a year ago, she was ranked 138 in the world, competing on the ITF World Tour, the minor leagues of professional tennis. Now, she secured a spot in the main draw of the Australian Open and rubbing shoulders with the sports elite. This isn't just gradual improvement. It's a meteoric climb that signals she's ready to compete at the very highest level. Alex Eala's growth has been nothing short of explosive. Her breakthrough came at the Miami Open last year, where she reached the semi-finals and defeated Iga Swiatek along the way. Let me repeat that she beat a former world #1 and multiple Grand Slam champion. That wasn't luck. That was a clear statement that Alex Eala belongs on the sport's biggest stages. After Miami, she made her first WTA Tour final at Eastbourne events where only the best compete. These weren't minor tournaments. These were prestigious stages, and Alex went from relative obscurity to must-watch talent in just a few months. The tennis establishment couldn't ignore her rise. And now, here she is at the Australian Open, not just participating, but arriving alongside Carlos Alcaraz and Jannik Sinner as if it were the most natural thing in the world. The optics of that moment speak volumes. Fans immediately understand. Alex Eala isn't just another promising young player, she's someone the next generation of tennis stars is taking seriously. The fact that the next generation of tennis legends already considers Alex Eala a peer speaks volumes. But what does training with players like Carlos Alcaraz and Jannik Sinner really mean for her development? Practicing against elite competition forces you to elevate every part of your game. Weaknesses are exposed immediately, footwork must be sharper, shot selection smarter, and mental toughness stronger. Alcaraz brings incredible athleticism and an aggressive baseline game, giving Alex experience against the pace and power she'll face at the top level. Sinner, on the other hand, challenges players with consistency and the ability to redirect pace, making him one of the toughest opponents to break down. Practicing against such contrasting styles prepares Alex for the grueling matches required to climb higher in the rankings. Beyond the technical gains, there's a psychological edge. Standing across the net from Grand Slam champions and former world number ones helps Alex internalize the expectation of excellence. The top of the sport no longer feels distant or unreachable, it becomes a tangible goal because she's training alongside those who've already achieved it. The upcoming Australian Open gives her a real chance to make a statement. Having lost in the first round of qualifying last year, she's defending almost no ranking points. Every match she wins in Melbourne could significantly boost her ranking and further cement her status as one of tennis's rising stars. If Alex Eala wins a couple of rounds at the Australian Open and with her current form, that's absolutely possible she could break into the top 40 or even higher. Here's where things get really interesting. Her ranking trajectory over the next few months is perfectly set up for a major leap. She's only defending 390 points through March, including her massive run at the Miami Open last year. But this year, she'll be playing much bigger events, giving her more opportunities to collect points and replace those that drop off. If she maintains even close to her current form, Alex could be ranked inside the top 32 by the time Roland Garros rolls around in June, making her a seeded player at a Grand Slam. For someone who was playing ITF events just last year, that's an absolutely astonishing rise. The Philippines is going absolutely crazy over Alex's success, and rightfully so. Tennis may not be a major sport there compared to basketball or boxing, but she's changing that narrative. Filipino fans traveled to Auckland to support her, and they'll be in Melbourne doing the same. One opponent, Donna Vekic, even remarked on the overwhelming support, saying, "There's so many of you guys." That kind of passionate fan base can create pressure, but Alex seems to handle it remarkably well. She's often talked about how her family keeps her grounded, how they built the foundation for her career, and how the family-oriented culture in the Philippines drives her resilience on and off the court. Alex Eala's Filipino roots shape her approach to success. She's not out here seeking attention or making demands. Instead, she puts her head down, works hard, and lets her results speak for themselves. After beating Donna Vekic at the Kwong Classic, a prestigious Melbourne warm-up event, Eala said something that should worry her future opponents. "I want to say this is the best I've ever played. I think I'm in a good moment." That's not arrogance. That's confidence born from preparation and recent success. Eala defeated Vekic twice in the span of a week, first at the ASB Classic in a grueling 3-set marathon, then again at Kwong in straight sets. The improvement between those matches shows just how quickly Alex is adapting and learning the mark of an elite competitor who can adjust, evolve, and come back stronger. Let's address the elephant in the room. Some might say that showing up with Alcaraz and Sinner is just good PR. Those people are wrong. Professional athletes at this level don't waste time on publicity stunts. If Alcaraz and Sinner are spending time with Alex, it's because they see value in practicing with her. They respect her game enough to know she can push them and help them prepare for their own matches. To the elite level, the tennis world is incredibly small. Everyone knows everyone, and reputations spread fast. If you're not good enough or don't have the right mentality, top players won't want to train with you. The fact that Alex has integrated into these circles speaks volumes about how she's viewed by her peers. There's also a practical benefit. During Grand Slams, players need high-quality practice sessions to stay sharp between matches. Having a player like Alex, someone in great form, capable of replicating different styles, and unwilling to go easy makes her invaluable to stars like Alcaraz and Sinner. It's a mutually beneficial arrangement. They get a hungry, talented partner to push them, and she gains priceless experience learning from the best and preparing for elite competition. Looking ahead, Alex's schedule is loaded with opportunities. After the Australian Open, she'll compete in events across the Middle East before heading into the North American swing. Even without winning tournaments, Consistently reaching quarterfinals and semifinals will skyrocket her ranking. Some comparisons have been made to Emma Raducanu's meteoric rise, but Alex's journey is different. Raducanu shot to fame by winning the US Open as a qualifier, but then struggled with injuries and expectations. Alex's rise is more sustainable. It's built on steady, methodical improvement rather than a single magical run. Training at the Nadal Academy gives her access to world-class facilities and coaching, and she's even received tips directly from Rafael Nadal himself. When one of the greatest players in tennis history takes time to share knowledge with you, that kind of mentorship accelerates development like nothing else. The technical aspects of Alex Eala's game are solid across the board. She doesn't have one glaring weakness that opponents can exploit. Her serve is improving, her ground strokes are powerful and consistent, and her movement is excellent. Perhaps most importantly, her mental game, arguably the most crucial factor in tennis, shows remarkable maturity for a 20-year-old. What makes Alex especially dangerous is her fearlessness. She doesn't shrink on big points or get overwhelmed by the moment. When she faced Iga Swiatek in Miami, she didn't just play like someone thrilled to be on the same court as a champion she played to win. And she did. That mentality is rare. Many talented players crumble under pressure or play conservatively against higher-ranked opponents. Alex goes for her shots, trusts her game, and competes with the intensity that makes coaches, fans, and fellow players take notice. The Australian Open will be a massive test. Melbourne's conditions are hot, physical, and demanding, favoring players who are in peak shape and mentally tough. Alex checks both boxes. Her recent results show she's physically ready, and her performances under pressure prove she's mentally prepared. With a favorable draw avoiding the absolute top players in the first couple of rounds, a deep run is realistic. Reaching the fourth round is entirely possible. Quarterfinals would be incredible but not out of reach given her current level. Regardless of how far she goes in Melbourne, the statement has already been made: Alex Eala is here to stay. She's not a one-hit wonder, nor a feel-good story destined to fade. She's a legitimate contender, training with champions and competing like one herself. The Filipino flag is flying high in the tennis world right now, carried by Eala with pride, skill, and the kind of humble confidence that makes champions. There you have it. Alex Eala isn't just attending the Australian Open. She's arriving as a legitimate force in women's tennis, endorsed by the game's elite. If you're excited to watch her journey unfold and want more coverage of tennis's rising stars, hit that like button and subscribe. Who do you think will go further at the Australian Open? Eala, Alcaraz, or Sinner?